Welcome to the Ladies Lounge.
You know what's funny? I think you and I have had several conversations about this because, you know, we both crush on Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yes.
And
Zaddy.
We got to talk about that because I feel like people are kind of joking about it like we normally do. We joke about certain things like that. But I think there's something to it because it's crazy. At first, I'm like, damn, Lori do be moving on kind of quick. But it's like, again, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know how long she actually was kicking it with Future because it literally went from Future to Michael B. Jordan within weeks. And so that's what it seemed like to us, like regular people looking out in the celebrity world. That's what it seemed like. And so everyone kind of like they started this whole thread on, you know, how quickly she moves on and how you got the men that are calling her a hoe and she's moving quick and she's doing hoe things. And then you got women who are praising her and that are like, you know, this is good. Like she's showing us how you don't got to stick around for the bullshit. And then there's other women and other men who are looking at her like it's toxic. What she's doing is toxic. She's not allowing herself to heal. But I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to look at how she's living because this is something that it actually happens for both men and women. You know, when it comes to like moving on, what the fuck is the point of dating if you gotta take a break? Who made up these fucking rules that you gotta take a break? It's stuff like that you make up as you go. So if you feel like maybe she don't even realize she's ready to move on, but she still does it. It's like it's on her, and she's young. How old is she? Like
I think she just turned 25 or 28, yeah, 25 something like, honestly, I can't remember the exact number, but she's definitely like mid-20s, mid-20s, you know. But yeah, you made a good point though. Like it doesn't seem like she like stops to take a break and, you know, like who really makes the rules. I know for me, I would say I take a couple months max, you know, between like one relationship to the next.
Yeah.
I have taken several months at a time, but for the most part, I'll be like, you know what? I'm bored. Let me go meet somebody new.
And that's what's happening to her. I feel like she's doing it, but then she's got people watching her every move. So it just looks bad.
Right. You know? Well, here's the thing. Think about it. All right. You just go through a really, really bad breakup, right? And then Michael B. Jordan's like, hey, I'm trying to take you out. You're going to say no?
You're going to say no to that?
You're going to say no? What heartbreak? We're meeting on Monday. Okay.
Or you know, they say it takes you gotta get you gotta get on one to get over one or something like that.
In order to get over somebody, you gotta get under somebody.
Yeah. And remember, I stick to that. I think I've said this before. I believe that. Even if it's a temporary thing, even if she maybe isn't gonna be calling him fucking, what does she call him? Or he calls her turtle. She calls him something. They got nicknames for each other and shit. I'm like, so they got nicknames now. but what's crazy is like no one said anything about Future. Future was already moving on while in the fucking relationship with her.
Okay.
So, to me, I'm like, there's so much more focus on her because she's moved on with someone as hot as Michael B. Jordan, of course, someone as popular as him. But I think they're focused on her because they keep saying like, you know, how does Steve Harvey feel knowing his daughter is out here, you know, wilding out and dating different dudes. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like that's how we all experience life. Like we just go through the fucking motions, and it's just fucked up that the eyes on her. But at the same time, I think if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be fucking mad because I'm mad that she took Michael B. Jordan, not like I had a chance or anything. And not like I'm in a whole fucking relationship. But still, I just feel like they look really good together. And I think
they do.
You know what I'm saying? I like them together.
Yeah, they look really cute together. I don't think it's going to work out, to be honest with you. And that's not even to like, you know, wish any bad on them. It's just a lot. Like, I don't think they should have put their relationship out there so soon, but that's just me personally. It almost seems like a publicity stunt. It almost seems like it's not real. Yeah, it just seems, I don't know. To me, it's like something is off about that. They do look great together, but I'm still trying to understand like the whole dynamic about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.
We'll just say we've heard stories.
She calls him Nugget. He calls her Turtle. And I'm like, y'all got these names. Like, and that to me, okay, Turtle, he probably calls her Turtle because she's slow or something. Like they probably had a race on something. And then like Nugget because his ass loves eating nuggets or something. I just think it's crazy how like they're so quick. And she didn't have those type of nicknames with Future. So isn't it crazy how like this is why it's important to date on your fucking pace, like on your own pace and not what somebody else created or not what somebody else thinks is right, because she didn't have that cutesy relationship with Future. We just saw her fucking balling out in and out of planes, in and out of traveling and fucking going out to vacations, but we never saw them be intimate. Where as far as like this relationship goes so far, what we've seen is it's a lot more intimate. Like we're seeing that they have nicknames for each other. We're seeing that they're obviously, when we first found out about them, it was the media showing us, right? It was like pictures of them spotted out. It was no confirmation that they were actually dating. And then there was a photo of them holding hands. And then that's when I was like, okay, so there is something there. And then when they finally decided they wanted to reveal it, they chose to put the picture up of each other and then, you know, give the nicknames. And I'm like, it's interesting to see how that relationship worked out as opposed to how she was with Future, because there was no nicknames. And so it's like, you just never know. People bring out a different part of you when it comes to dating. And that's why it's important to work on your own pace, because if she was to not go there, who knows, maybe she would be heartbroken. Maybe she would be heartbroken knowing that she sees Future moved on with some other girl already, because he started, by the way, Future and that girl are no more. So like that's how quick he moved on. Yeah.
Right.
He dated that girl for a bit. They posted about each other. He seemed at some point to even post her a little bit more than he posted Lori Harvey. So I'm like, everyone started kind of like, okay, maybe he really is fucking with her. And then there's a lot of people in the comments talking about like, yeah, next, you know what I'm saying? And it was just that, like he ended up moving on. But it just goes to show you, like, someone that you come across may just bring out a different side of you. And that's why it's good to be open to dating and not taking these rules unless you're setting those boundaries for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you're choosing, like, I'm recognizing that I'm just jumping from one to the other because I want to desperately be settled down, or I want to desperately be married or whatever. But if you know yourself and you're like, I'm good, like I'm not emotionally involved with my ex. I think I had fun while it lasted. But, you know, I have this friendship with Michael B. Jordan. Let's see if we can take it somewhere else. And so I think that's why it's like, it's good to just pay attention to yourself and what you know you can handle. And so if it works out, good. But like you said, you think it may not. I think with this one, I mean, with celebrities in general, it's like you never know. But I feel like maybe there is something there. The fact that they have nicknames for each other like that, it may be something.